Hi there, my name is Reese Collins. I'm from Step by Step, Step 1, and I'm going to be interviewing James Mowat, who used to be here 10 years ago. I want to find about his past, present, and future, what his aspirations are, and what he's doing right now.
My mum and dad split up when I was 4 years old, so I come from a bit of a sort of broken home anyway. And my dad got custody of my sister and I. We lived with my dad up until I was 12. I then ran away when I was 12 years old to go and live with my mum in Farnborough. And unfortunately, I didn't realise my mum was an alcoholic. My mum got in a violent relationship with her husband at the time, and we fled to sheltered accommodation, and we finally, after about a year within this accommodation, moved on and got a flat in Farnborough. My mum, obviously being an alcoholic, I didn't really see her that much. She was getting arrested. I got abandoned a few times where she'd got nicked and moved on and all sorts of things. So it got to the point where I was about 16 years old, just finished school, and it was just before Christmas, and the bailiffs came round to the flat we were living at in Farnborough, and this guy said, "Look, sorry, but you've basically got to leave." And we were basically evicted there and then. And Mum said, "Look, I'll get in touch with you later," sort of thing. So I was stood there with a bag on my back, didn't really know what to do really, to be honest, and didn't hear from my mum. I felt quite ashamed and sort of quite alone, and I didn't want to speak to any of my friends or anything. I sort of went into myself almost. I felt completely alone. The most difficult thing was my dad. He was living with a girlfriend. Because I ran away when I was 12, I wasn't allowed back in his house. So I felt a lot of anger and resentment to him and my mum, because I'd been effectively betrayed by the two people who really you sort of depend your life on, don't you? So I think every emotion possible was going through my head. Trying to process everything, because everything happened so fast. I didn't know what was going on, and I was just mortified really at what had happened. And my mum, I was used to her sort of going away and stuff like that, but I'd always had a roof over my head. So for her to literally abandon me and to have nowhere to live was just the worst thing, I think, at the time for me to feel. After 2 days of sleeping on a park bench, I thought I actually really need to sort this out. Luckily, after 2 nights, I got a phone call from Step by Step saying, "Look, we've got a place for you here." So I then moved into the project. At first, I had a lot of problems with anger. I didn't know how to channel my emotions properly, and I was getting into fights, smoking weed, and completely the wrong way to go about things, because that was my way of dealing with the problems that I had. And that's why the sort of one-on-one meetings I had with my key worker were so essential to my development, because they helped me sort of deal with the emotions and the confusion really that was going on in my head. They sort of found my strengths within me and rebuilt my confidence, because I just had none. I felt rock bottom and alone, and they helped me, really get back on my feet, definitely. I've always sort of set goals for myself within my life, but obviously when I was a client within Step by Step at first, my dreams had been smashed. So the key workers here got me to reanalyse my life and set my goals. So I wanted a house. I wanted to do better for myself. I wanted to earn money. I want a nice holiday. I want a nice girlfriend. I want a nice car. All these sorts of things. And I started to see that these things are possible, but I'm the only person who can change this. Whatever surroundings you're in, if you have those goals, if you are aspirational and determined enough to succeed, go and get them. Employers locally that I was trying to apply to, even Tesco's declined me. I kept going and going and going and going and going and going and going, sending CVs out constantly. I just kept getting knocked back, and I was just like, I can't get a job. I want to earn some money. I want to progress. These guys here, my key workers, gave me the confidence as well to really keep going and chase after the dream that I had. The best advice that I would give is to take the advice that you get, the training facilities they have, the job shops that they have. Everything in this place is incredible. The people here have got a lot of experience in what they do. Their advice is absolutely essential. From CV writing sort of tips to giving you interview tips. These sorts of things, it might seem, oh, don't need it, but they're worthwhile things that anybody should really try and grasp. Whilst I was a client of Step by Step, I actually worked in the job centre. So I got a bit of a taste for getting people jobs and got quite a bit of self-satisfaction from it, helping these people who may have been out of work for quite some time, and noticed I had a bit of a talent for matching people to jobs. And then I thought, I'm quite good at this, I might as well make some money out of it. So then got into my current profession within recruitment. I progressed within my career as a trainee. I used to work for a company in Guildford. Worked there for about a year and then decided to move on, and got a position with a smaller local engineering recruitment company. And I started with them as a trainee and progressed all the way up to senior consultant. And the greatest perk about my job is I get to travel to Dubai. So I get to go out there every 3 to sort of 4 or 5 months every year on sort of business development trips. So I go out there to meet directors of these large construction companies who are building all these amazing projects out there for about a week at a time, to strike relationships with these people and gain business from them. And I'd never ever would have thought when I was first a client here that I'd ever get that. At that time when I was rock bottom, I had nobody, I didn't believe in myself, I didn't think I was going to get anything from my life. I just thought I was going to just be another homeless teenager and get into drugs or whatever. The key workers here helped me progress in my life and get that confidence back within myself. I wouldn't be where I am in my life if I hadn't gone through this experience, and I'm so proud that this has been a part of my life. I've got my confidence back. I've got a life for myself compared to 10 years ago when I was a client here. I've got my own house, I've got a car, I get to go on business trips, and I've got money in the bank, something I never had back then. I've built the foundations for a life for myself.